In the outfield, we've got Henny over there in left. The center fielder is Jensen. And in
Good morning
right,
and welcome into the broadcast booth. Adam Birch alongside you, bringing you Hardhats baseball right here on Hardhats TV. Final game here in Omaha. It features your post-22 Hardhats, the home team on the scoreboard against the Arapahoe Warriors out of Centennial, Colorado. Brian Atkinson takes the mound for the Hardhats, and the Hardhats defensively tap their Hardhats around him. Brian Atkinson on the mound this season, a right-hander. On the mound this season, 39 1/3 innings. This is his 9th start, 11th appearance overall, a 5-2 record. 40 hits, 28 runs, 14 earned runs, 24 strikeouts to 18 walks, and 7 hit batters. A 2.49 ERA for Brian on the mound. His last appearance came in the last weekend down by Denver against UB Texas. Gavin, he went 4 innings, allowed 5 runs, only 3 earned runs on 6 hits, 5 strikeouts, no walks for Atkinson in that start on the mound where he went 4 innings.
The Warriors, number 16, Kane Gosnick.
Kane Gosnick scores the bunt, pulls back, and it's called strike 1. As we're underway right at 9:29 local Mountain Time, about a minute early here at Millard South. Atkinson works out of the windup over his head into the wind, and Gostanek pops it up on the left side of the infield wide. Anderson moves in front of Don Marsh, the shortstop, and makes the grab for out number 1. Set the defense for the Hardhats in the outfield. Riker Henny in left field. Jet Jensen, the center fielder. Harrison Good, the right fielder. At the hot corner of third base, Wyatt Anderson. Dylan Marsh, the shortstop. Hayden Hollick at second base. And Alex Dietrich at first base, with Philip Benson, the other half of the battery mate, doing the catching for Brian Atkinson. Atkinson misses outside to the left-handed bat of Jacob Zier. For ball 1, Zier, the center fielder for Arapahoe. And Atkinson misses down and away. 2 balls and no strikes. One out, nobody on here in the top of the first. The 2-0 outside, 3 balls and no strikes now. The Arapahoe Warriors out of Centennial, Colorado. 1-4 here in Omaha. Atkinson keeps trying to hit that outside edge and hits it on the 3-0. 3 balls and a strike, taking all the way there Zier. Atkinson winds, kicks, and deals a 3-1 outside, ball 4. A 1-out walk drawn by Zier.
Zier down to first with the base on ball.
And now the shortstop, Carter Landon.
Will bring to the plate number 12, shortstop Carter Landon.
Carter Landon bats from the right side, runner on first and 1 out. Atkinson misses down and in his first pitch out of the stretch for ball 1. Hardhats entered at 26-16, did not play a game yesterday because of automatic forfeit. Team that was unable to make the trip to Omaha. So technically a victory yesterday for the Hardhats. Breaking ball called strike 1. The throw down to second, not in time. It skips past and backed up by Marsh.
Zier down to second with the stolen base.
So Zier swipes second with a stolen base. Nice breaking ball from Atkinson for strike 2. A ball and 2 strikes to count on Landon. And Phil Bentz wants to have a conversation with Brian Atkinson. Rest of the Arapahoe Warriors lineup. Landon followed by Vance and Dembinski, the first baseman. Designated hitter Aiden Montmeyer bats fifth. Andrew Smart, the catcher, sixth. Matt Hina, the left fielder, bats seventh. This one popped up, foul in territory right side, and it's out of play. Count remains 1-2. Andrew Salthouse, the third baseman, bats eighth, and Kyler Bushel, the right fielder, bats ninth for the Warriors. Runner on second, one out. 1-2 from Andrew Atkinson is shot foul. And Landon stays alive once again. The season for Carter Landon, batting .378, an .817 OPS, 17 hits, most of them singles, one double. Atkinson misses inside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Final game here in Omaha for the Hardhats before they travel back to Rapid City and host Yankton on Tuesday. Atkinson misses down and away, now 3 balls and 2 strikes. Payoff pitch upcoming, Atkinson to Landon. Open stance on the right side, the payoff. Popped up shallow left field. In is Henney, out is Marsh, and it's the center fielder Jensen to come all the way in for the catch.
Shallow, left center, for the second out of the inning.
That's out number 2. It's Vance and Dembinski, the first baseman, bats from the left side. Dembinski batting .208 on the season. 5 hits in 24 at-bats. And Atkinson misses down and away for ball 1. 2 outs, a man still on board second base. That's Zion. Top of the first. Atkinson kicks and deals and misses the outer edge. 2 balls and no strikes. Atkinson set and ready, the 2-0, and is on the outside edge, 2 balls and a strike. Dembinski thought about it and held up. It's a called strike 1 either way. Nice morning game for the Hardhats. Plenty of time to travel back to Rapid City. The breaking ball misses outside. 3-1. Atkinson works with Bentz. Set for the 3-1. Here it is, and it's a flying ball to right center field. Jensen over, and he calls off good and makes the grab for out number 3. Man stranded at second base for the Warriors, and the Hardhats coming to bat for the first time in their half of the first after this on Hardhats TV.
We are your community. We are your neighbors. Our family of doctors are invested in our community. At Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine Center, we are honored to help you along the journey from injury to recovery. You have a choice with Black Hills Orthopedic and Spine Center, specializing in what moves you.
Bottom of inning number 1, Jed Jensen leads things off for the Hardhats against Joel Kukowski.
Ball 1 to leadoff batter.
And Jensen looks at ball 1 low. Kukowski, a right-hander, works out of the windup, kicks and deals, and hits the zone with a fastball. 1 ball and 1 strike. Jensen, a right-handed bat, batting leadoff and playing center field. Batting .205 on the season for the Hardhats. The 1-1 hits the outside edge 1 and 2. A little bit different lineup for the Hardhats here for the final game in Omaha with the day off tomorrow. The 1-2 misses low. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Zeke Farley and Amarian Saylor both getting the day off. They have been told to be ready to pinch hit if the opportunity arrives. Jensen lines one into left center field. He takes a big turnaround at first, digs for second, and dives into second base as the throw comes in a little bit wild.
Into second with the leadoff double.
And Jensen's in with a leadoff double.
Ball brings to the batter's box number 25.
Now Riker Henny.
Fielder Riker Henny.
Jake Solano also getting the day off. But again, all these gentlemen told to be ready to pinch hit if the opportunity comes about. Riker Henny bats from the right side. Bats .320 on the season, .738 OPS, 15 driven in, 21 singles, 3 doubles. From the stretch, Kukowski stares down Jensen, kicks and deals, and Henny goes after the first pitch, lines it into right center field. Jensen being sent around third, the throw comes in, it's cut off, and Jensen comes in to score, and just like that, the Hardhats take a 1-0 lead on an RBI single by Riker Henny.
On a line drive to right field for the single and the RBI as Jensen moves from
now Wyatt Anderson
across the plate. Now batting number 22, Wyatt Anderson.
Anderson, the third baseman, bats .402 on the season, steps in on the right side. And he looks on a first pitch, breaking ball down and in. 1 ball and no strikes on Anderson. Quickly 1-0 Hardhats here in the bottom of the first. Pickoff move over to first, and he dives back in safely. A double and a single to lead off the ball game for the Hardhats. The 1-0 misses a touch low, maybe outside as well. 2 balls and no strikes. Anderson up in the count. Anderson followed by Harrison Good, Dylan Marsh, Hayden Hollick, Kai Jackson, Alex Dietrich, and Philip Benz. And the Hardhats lineup. And he takes a decent lead at first, stays put, and Anderson fouls it straight back off the backstop, 2-1. Defensive lineman for the Warriors, Matt Hina in left field, Jacob Zier, the center fielder, Kyler Bushel, the right fielder. Kukowski delivers, and Anderson fouls it away, right side out of play, 2-2. Hot corner of third base, Andrew Salthouse. Carter Landon, the shortstop. Kane Gostanek, the second baseman, with Vance Dembinski, the first baseman. Andrew Smart, the other half of the battery mate, working with Joel Kukowski on the mound. The 2-2 to Anderson, inside 3-2. Hardhats in their all gray uniforms, gray tops, gray pants, Rapid City across the chest in navy blue letters. Runner takes off for a second, but it's outside ball 4, and Anderson draws a walk. It'll be first and second, nobody out.
Heading over to second.
Rapid City across the chest in cursive kind of lettering in the navy blue. Harrison Goods will dig in on the right side. A red number below Rapid City on the chest, red numbers on their backs. A navy blue stripe down side of the leg. First pitch, breaking ball in there for a called strike one. Good, has a little grin across his face and ducking out of the way of that one before it broke across the plate. And a pickoff move back to second. Now Henny caught a rundown. Second baseman to third. Now Salthouse runs after Henny, and Henny faked him and dove back into second base. He's safe. Kind of a stutter step from Riker Henny, and somehow he got back to the second base bag. Looked like Henny was just going to let Salthouse tag him, and that little stutter step from Henny caught Salthouse off guard. He dove back in. The 0-1 to Harrison, good, as a called strike two. Fastball off the top of the zone, 0-2. So what appeared to be a base running mistake for the Hardhats ends up no stat in the scorebook. The 0-2 from Kukowski, and good, a high fly ball to right field. Kyler Bushel over to his left, and he makes the grab. Henny takes from second. He'll take third on the first out.
In the right field corner, but the right fielder for the first out of the inning. Henny tags, moves to third. Anderson holds at first. Now batting.
Now Dylan Marsh, 1 out, men on the corners.
Number 16, Dylan Marsh.
Marsh, the shortstop, had a double in the third inning of Friday's game, and 3 hits on Thursday. Looks that ball, won a fastball upstairs, 1-0. Marsh batting .310 on the season coming into play. The 1-0, down and away. 2 balls and no strikes. Wyatt Anderson off of first. With 1 out. And a check over there, Anderson back standing up. 2 balls and no strikes. Marsh up on the count against Kukowski. Henny at third, Anderson at first. And Marsh pops it up, back and out of play. 2 balls and a strike.
If you could help us with those foul balls, please return to the nearest dugout. Thank you.
Hardhats leading 1-0 here with 1 out in the bottom of the first. Wind blowing pretty strongly left to right, almost a little bit out to right field. Marsh taps it foul up to third base line, 2-2. A breaking ball that time from Kukowski. Even count, 2 balls and 2 strikes on Marsh. 2-2. Downstairs, Anderson took off for second. The throw is wild and it goes into center field. Henny scores, Anderson to third, and a 3-2 count on Marsh. It's 2-0 Henny, and 2-0 Hardhats.
Catcher. Henny scores third. Anderson moves around to third. Count is full on good.
From the line, Kukowski, the payoff pitch, outside ball 4. Dylan Marsh draws a walk. And puts runners on the corners once again for the Hardhats. And Andrew Smart wants to have a chat with Kukowski. Hayden Hollick the next to hit, the second baseman for the Hardhats. Normally Hollick plays one of the corner infield spots, has played outfield as well. Gets to start at second base here today. Versatile enough Then he can play around the infield. First pitch to Hollick. Goes after it and fouls it away right side, out of play. Kai Jackson on deck after Hollick, barring a double play ball. Hollick bats .313 on the season and .879 OPS. The 0-1, runner takes off for second. A little blooping line drive past the third baseman into left field. Marsh holds up at second. Anderson comes in to score. 3-0 Hardhats. Hot shot to the hot corner. And presumably a single and an RBI for Hayden Hollick. So first and second now. Left-handed bat of Kai Jackson, the designated hitter.
Number 23, Kai Jackson.
Jackson bats .410 on the season, 16 hits in 39 at-bats. 2 on, 1 out. Jackson goes after the first pitch, bounces it to the first baseman. He fires the second, and they get the out there. No return. And it's just a fielder's choice for Jackson. Puts runners on the corners with 2 outs. Hollick out at second on the play. And they don't say Hollick is out, he's still standing there. Mound visit now for Arapahoe. So they say he drug his foot at second base. Hollick is not out, so there's still just 1 out. Hollick at second base, Marsh at third, Jackson at first. Still no hit for Jackson, just a fielder's choice play.
Dietrich.
Now Alex Dietrich. Dietrich goes after the first pitch, fouls it away right side, out of play. 0-1. Alex Dietrich, the first baseman for the Hardhats, batting .247 on the season. Bases full, 1 out. 3-0 Hardhats, and he looks at ball 1, low and away. Even count, 1 ball and 1 strike.
1 ball, 1 strike, the count to Dietrich.
Kikowski set, kicks and deals and misses outside. 2 balls and a strike. Dietrich 18 hits and 73 at-bats. 14 driven in. The 2-1 outside, 3-1.
3-1.
Has drawn 13 walks and he's up in the count. Bases full of gray Hardhats jerseys. The 3-1 chopper to short. Landon fires the second for 1. They do get the out. Dietrich beats out the double play. No RBI for Dietrich. A run comes in to score. It's 4-0.
Marsh scores on the play.
Hardhats as Marsh comes in to score. Hollick to third, Jackson out on the fielder's choice.
Jackson forced out at second.
And outfield Bentz.
Now batting number 21, Philip Bentz. Catcher.
Bentz, the catcher, batting .220 on the season. He bats from the right side. First pitch to Bentz is popped up, shallow center field. The shortstop Landon makes the grab out number 3. The Hardhats send all 9 to the plate in the first inning and score 4 runs. We head to the second after this. 4-0 Hardhats right here on Hardhats TV. Back for the top of inning number 2. Atkinson misses the outer edge for ball 1. 4-0 Hardhats after 1 inning of play. They sent all 9 men to the plate in the first inning. Atkinson winds, kicks, deals, and misses down and away. 2 balls and no strikes. Aiden Montemayor, the first task for Atkinson in the second. Designated hitter followed by the catcher, Andrew Smart. And Atkinson hits the inside edge, 2 balls and a strike. And then the left fielder, Matt Hina. A 2-1 wind, breaking ball inside, 3 balls and a strike. 4-0 Hardhats on 3 hits. The 3-1, fouled away right side and off the screen. Count runs full. Atkinson to Montemayor. Into the wind and the payoff. Fouled away off the netting to the right side by the Hardhats dugout. Payoff once again from Atkinson. And inside edge called strike 3 and kind of froze Montemayor. And it's a backwards K in the book for out number 1.
Batter's box number 36, the catcher, Andrew Smart.
Now Andrew Smart, the catcher. Smart bats .250 on the season, 6 hits in 24 at-bats. He's only played in 11 games, and granted, Arapahoe has only played 17 total games. Atkinson misses inside for ball 1 with the breaking ball. The 1-0, swing and a miss. Even count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tap to the plate on the right side for the catcher, Smart. The 1-1, outside, 2 balls and a strike. Very windy morning here at Millard South. Almost blowing out to right field. The 2-1, outside edge called strike 2.
2-2.
2 balls and 2 strikes on Smart. 6 hits, all singles for Smart. The 2-2, down and away, 3-2. Another payoff pitch at Atkinson to Smart now. Into the wind he goes and the payoff. Up and away, ball 4. Another 1-out walk for Brian Atkinson on the mound. Put Smart aboard first.
Now batting number 40, left fielder Matt Hine.
And we'll have a courtesy runner for the catcher, Smart. That's Vance Dembinski. New batter is the left fielder, Matt Hina. Atkinson misses high inside for ball 1. So pinch runner aboard first. I don't believe it's Dembinski.
So the courtesy runner is Dembinski at first for the catcher.
1-0, misses inside. 2 balls and no strikes. 4-0 Hardhats on 3 hits. And an error. 2 balls and no strikes. Check on the runner at first. Arapahoe in all black top, white letters on the chest and a number on their back. The 2-0 swung on and missed, 2-1.
The catcher at first, 27, Ryan Chain.
Pickoff move, and they got Chain.
Chain
at first, picked off.
Is picked off at first.
Ryan Chain was the courtesy runner.
Count to Hine.
That's out number 2. And a swing and a miss on the 2-1, even count, 2 balls and 2 strikes on Hine. Atkinson back out of the windup with 2 outs and empty base paths. Into the wind, the 2-2. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball. Benz had it roll to his left. Fires a first in time, out number 3. A strikeout and a 2-3 put out to end the second inning. Atkinson faces the minimum. And the Hardhats lead 4-0 heading to the bottom of the second. Back in a moment right here on Hardhats TV. Top of the order for the Hardhats. They sent all 9 men to the plate in the first inning. And it's Jed Jensen to lead things off the second for the Hardhats, just as he did the first. He looks at ball 1 outside, and this one shot foul up the third base line. It's ruled a single and an error on Game Changer. My book says a double to lead off the game for Jensen. 2 balls and a strike as Kukowski misses down and away. To the wind and the 2-1. This is a touch low. 3 balls and a strike on Jensen. Jensen scored the first of 4 in the first inning for the Hardhats. 3-1, misses inside. It's ball 4 to Jensen, and he's on base for the second time.
Down to first. They'll bring up number 25, left fielder Riker Henny.
Here's Riker Henny. RBI base knock his first time at the plate. Jensen dives back in on a pickoff attempt. And he scored the second of 4 in the first. First pitch to Henny, a bouncer up the middle to short. Landon flips into second for 1, over to first, not in time. Henny beats out the fielder's choice.
Grounds into an attempted double play. Jensen is forced out at second, but Henny.
So Jensen out at second on the force.
Now batting number 22, Wyatt Anderson, third baseman for the Hardhats.
Henny replaces him at first. Anderson at the plate, he walked and scored. First time up, first pitch breaking ball, and skips out of the glove of the catcher. Henny to second on a wild pitch.
Jensen moves to second on the pass ball.
So pass ball on the catcher, Smart, and now Smart
to Anderson.
Wants quick word with Kukowski. A ball and no strikes on Anderson. Anderson then good, barring a double play. Chopper up the third baseline, foul. Even count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Already a reliever warming in the pen for Arapahoe. Looks to be a left-hander down the left field line. Bouncer left side through the gap and into left field. Henny is put at third. Anderson has his first hit, a single here in the second.
Shot up the 5-hole. Puts runners at first and third on the corners with 1 out. Now batting number 14, Harrison Good.
Now Harrison Good. Runners on the corners, 1 out, 4-0 Hardhats. Good fly to right his first time up. He ducks out of a breaking ball, but it hit in the back of his bat as he ducked out of the way. Just a smile across his face once again. That signature Harrison Good grin. Unlucky there. 0-1, swing and a miss, 0-2. So Kukowski given a strike to start this at bat. The 0-2, chopped foul. Good battling with 2 strikes. Anderson off of first, Henny at third. Kukowski ready at the belt. Sidesteps and deals in the breaking ball. Skips and goes back to the backstop. A wild pitch, scores a run, and Anderson goes to second.
Anderson moves over to second.
And the Hardhats extend their advantage to 5-0. Ball and 2 strikes on Good. Breaking ball just skipped it way outside. Not much of a chance for Andrew Smart. The 1-2, strike 3 called at the top of the zone, and Good goes down looking for out number
Good
2.
Strikes. Puts 2 outs on the board. Now batting number 16, Dylan Marsh.
Here's Dylan Marsh. Marsh walked and scored in the first. Anderson off a second, 2 gone. First pitch to Marsh, misses downstairs, ball 1. High leg kick, and Kukowski misses inside
Ball 2.
for ball 2. On the mound this season for Joel Kukowski, 14 innings, 1-3 record, 21 hits, 22 runs, 18 earned. Marsh fouls the 2-0 away, 2 balls and a strike. 10 walks, 14 strikeouts, 3 hit batters, a 9 ERA. 2-1, breaking ball down and away. 3 balls and a strike.
That moves 3-1.
The 3-1 to Marsh. Inside, but it's called a strike on the inner edge.
That moves full.
Marsh tossed his bat and was ready to draw his second walk. It runs full to 3-2. Payoff pitch to Marsh. Fastball, high flying ball down the left field line. That drops foul by about 2 feet.
Yes, foul. Now home set full.
We'll do it again, 3-2. Marsh does have 2 2-out RBIs this season. Here's another payoff, and it's a foul ball left side out of play once again. Marsh just missed a home run a couple of nights ago. Ended up being an automatic double, 1 bouncer over the wall, breaking ball inside, and Marsh does eventually draw the base on balls.
Marsh moves to first with the walk. Now batting number 20.
First and second now for Hayden Hollick.
20, as I mentioned, Hayden Hollick.
RBI single in the first, stranded at third base. 5-0 Hardhats, bottom of inning number 2. Kakowski kicks and deals, and Hollick pops one in a shallow left center field. A diving attempt, and it goes past Bushel in right field. Hollick slides into second, safe.
Safely into second with the double.
And Anderson comes in to score at 6-0 Hardhats.
On the play, Anderson scores. Marsh into third. So runners at second, third. Now batting number 23, Kai Jackson, the DH.
Here's Kai Jackson. And that might be the end of the day for Joe Kakowski. Meeting of the minds on the mound brings the entire infield in. Jackson, the left-handed bat, went down on a 1 pitch. A bouncer to first. Scored 3-6 on a fielder's choice. Kakowski stays in the ball game. And he'll face at least the left-hander. First pitch, outside edge called strike 1, 0-1. Marsh off a third, Hollick at second. Kakowski wants to relook at the signs. Into the wind and the 0-1. Outside, even count, 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1. Inside and low, 2 balls and a strike. Jackson, then Dietrich, should this inning continue. Already 2 runs across the board. And a high fly ball hooking right field corner, back in deep, and that ball is gone. A home run. Kai Jackson, his first home run of the season, just barely kept it fair down the right field line. Right to the left of the 320 sign in right field. And Jackson, a 3-run shot, extends the advantage for the Hardhats. It's 9-0, post 22. And now that will be the end of the day for Joel Kukowski. Southpaw comes into the ball game. We'll see who that is after this on Hardhats TV. They lead 9-0. The Southpaw Grady Pitlinski to bat after the 3-run home run by Kai Jackson to extend the Hardhats advantage to 9-0. There are 2 outs. Alex Dietrich to the plate. The Hardhats have sent 8 already to the plate in the second inning. They sent all 9 in the first. First pitch from the Southpaw is a high fastball swung on and missed by Dietrich. 0-1. Dietrich reached on the fielder's choice in the first. The 0-1 inside edge, 0-2. Quickly down in the count. And quickly into the line, Pitlinski. Bouncer up the middle, fielded by the shortstop, Landon. Fields and fires a wild throw, and Dietrich is safe. And just pulled the toe of Dembinski at first. So Dietrich reaches once again on, this time an error by Carter Landon, the shortstop. And the Hardhats send at least all 9 men to the plate in back-to-back innings. This is Phil Bentz. Bentz looks at ball 1. Pitlinski from the belt, kicks and deals, and hits the outside edge, kind of a backdoor fastball on the outer black. Even count, 1 ball and 1 strike to the Hardhats catcher. Popped out to the shortstop, Landon, his first time, so he's 0 for 1. Runner on first, 2 gone. 1-1. Foul tipped into the glove of Smart.
1-2.
And now 1-2. The 1-2 from Pitlinski misses downstairs. 2's across the board. 2 balls, 2 strikes. A man on first and 2 gone. Top of the order on deck, Jed Jensen. The 2-2, swing and a miss. And Bentz goes down swinging for out number 3.
For the 3rd out of the inning.
Hardhats lead 9-0. We head to the 3rd after this on Hardhats TV.
Gunderson, Palmer, Nelson, and Ashmore has provided a full range of legal services for over 40 years in Rapid City. As one of the largest and highly respected law firms in western South Dakota and multi-state region, our expert team of diversified attorneys offer a very personalized style of legal representation. Whether it's support and recommendations with legal documents or the strongest proponent in a court of law, trusting who you hire as your advocate is vital in achieving the best results. Contact the experienced professionals today at Gunderson, Palmer, Nelson, and Ashmore Attorneys at Law.
Brian Atkinson winds, kicks, deals, and hits the outer edge for a called strike one on Andrew Salthouse, the third baseman. First at bat here in the third inning. Top of the third, 9-0 Hardhats, 0-1. This is down and away. 1 ball and 1 strike.
On Andrew Salthouse, third baseman for the Warriors.
Atkinson winds, kicks, and deals a 1-1 breaking ball down and away. 2 balls and a strike. Atkinson features a fastball, slider, changeup. The 2-1. Outside edge called strike 2. 2 balls and 2 strikes. The line, the kick, and the pitch. Outside edge called strike 3 for Salthouse, and he goes down looking for out number 1. Third strikeout overall for Brian Atkinson, out number 1 here in the third. Kyler Bushel, the new batter, 9 bat before the top of the order, and Gostinek. Atkinson misses inside the fastball for ball 1. 1 out, nobody on. Hardhats powered in part by a 3-run home run by Kai Jackson. 1-0 swung on and missed. Even count, 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1. Swing and a miss, 1-2. Empty base paths for the Warriors with 1 out. Another one from Atkinson, 1-2. Swung on and missed. Up by the Hardhats dugout. Benz fires to first. And in time for the 2-3 putout. Tough play for Phil Bentz. It rolled all the way by the Hardhats dugout and threw a 1-bouncer to Dietrich to complete the strikeout.
On that play, first top of the order, number 16, Kane.
And now Kane Gostinek. top of the order, and Gosnick swings through the first pitch. 0-1. 2 outs, nobody on, 9-0 Hardhats. Atkinson winds kick, steals the 0-1, low chopper, and foul territory. Bentz fielded that ball. It's 0-2. Bentz sets up, down and away, the 0-2. Breaking ball. Just a touch outside. And PO down to third, no swing. That's exactly where Philip Bentz wanted that ball. He was ready to trot into the dugout, didn't get the call. The 1-2. Fastball driven to center field. Judge Jensen right underneath of it. Can of corn for him, and that's out number 3.
Powering fly ball handled by the center fielder, retires aside, zeros across.
Atkinson faces the minimum in the 3rd inning. We head to the bottom half of the 3rd after this. 9-0 Hardhats here on Hardhats TV. Bottom of the 3rd inning, and Jed Jensen leads off the first 3 innings. He fouls in the first pitch away, out of play, 0-1. Southpaw Pitlinski winds, kicks, deals a fly ball to right field underneath of it. Bushel makes a grab for out number 1. The leadoff man retired for the first time today for the Hardhats. Jensen moves to 1 for 2.
Now batting number 25, Riker Henny.
Here's Riker Henny, an RBI single in the first, a run scored, and fielder's choice and a run scored in the second. He looks at strike 1 on the outer edge. 0-1. First at bat here against the southpaw Pitlinski, and just about hit that same spot on the outer edge. And it's called a ball, 1 ball and 1 strike. Pitlinski winds, kicks, deals, and the 1-1 is called strike 2 on the inside edge. 1 ball and 2 strikes on Henny. The 1-2 inside. Henny turns out of the way of it. Even count, 2-2.
Up at 2-2 to Henny.
Pitlinski delivers, and Henny flying ball down the right field line, foul right by the bullpen area of Arapahoe, or of the Hardhats rather. Henny's still alive, 2-2. Jensen, Henny, and Anderson, the 3 scheduled. The 2-2 up and away, ball 3. So 3 balls and 2 strikes on the Hardhats left fielder. The payoff, and it's fouled straight back high off the netting. Payoff pitch upcoming to Henny. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Grady Pitlinski to Riker Henny. And into the wind he goes. Here's the payoff. Inside ball 4. Henny draws a walk.
Henny draws the base on balls. Now batting number 22.
So Henny on for the 3rd time. He's already scored 2 runs of the Hardhats 9. Now Wyatt Anderson. From the stretch, Pitlinski kicks and deals, and it's a chopper up the first base line to foul. 0-1. Anderson a single his last trip in the 2nd. Fouls in the 0-1 straight back off the backstop. 0-2. Walked and scored in the 1st. The 0-2. Popped up right side, foul territory, and it'll be out of play. And he took off for second base on the pitch.
Baseballs back to the dugouts, please.
Nothing in 2 on Anderson. 2-strike pitch, swung on and missed. Down on strikes, swinging for out number 2. Second strikeout for Grady Pitlinski. Now Harrison Good. 0 for 2 on his day. First pitch, breaking ball outside. 1 ball, no strikes. Tried the backdoor breaking ball, Pitlinski. And hooked outside. The 1-0. Up and away. 2 balls and no strikes. Got up in the count. A fly to his right field counterpart in the 1st and struck out looking in the 2nd. 2 outs. Henny off of 1st, and the 2-0 swung on and missed a high fastball. 2 balls and a strike. The wind just continues to howl here at Millard South. 2-1, down and away, 3 balls and a strike now. The Hardhats host Yankton on Tuesday before getting set for the Firecracker tournament over the 4th of July. Ball 4 outside as Henny took off on the 3-1, and Good draws a walk. Speaking of walks, it brings up Dylan Marsh. He's drawn 2 already here today and scored both times he's been on base. 2 on, 2 outs. Hardhats lead 9-0. And Marsh swings through the first pitch, 0-1. First snap at here against Pitlinski. The 0-1 inside. Even count, 1 ball and 1 strike. Marsh in on the right side. Pitlinski fakes a move back to second. And the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Marsh down in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Time asked for at the plate by Marsh. Henny off of second, Good off of first. The 1-2 outside, 2-2.
2-2.
Set at the bell, Pitlinski. A 2-2. High with a breaking ball, and now 3 balls and 2 strikes. Runners will probably be off on the 3-2 with 2 outs. They do take off, and it's outside ball 4. Dylan Marsh draws his 3rd walk of the ball game.
Good second.
And a load up the bases for Hayden Hollick.
2 outs. Now batting number 20, Hayden Hollick.
Hollick 2 for 2, a couple of singles and a couple of RBIs. Quick visit between Smart and Pitlinski. 9-0 Hardhats. Yet to score here in the 3rd inning. Pitlinski from the bell, kicks and deals, and Hollick swings through the first pitch 0-1. The 0-1, high, even count, 1 ball and 1 strike. The 1-1. Foul tipped off of the mitt of Smart. A ball and 2 strikes on Hollick. The 1-2. High. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ducks full on the ponds for the Hardhats. 2 gone. 2-2. Inside ball 3. Count runs 4 to 3 and 2. Payoff pitch, Grady Pitlinski to Hayden Hollick. Kicks and deals and fouls it away, right side out of play. Runners in motion on the pitch.
We go now that ball to the closest dugout. Thank you.
Payoff pitch, popped up, foul out of play. And Hollick will see another. 9 runs, 6 hits, a couple of errors for Arapahoe. Payoff pitch misses, swung on and missed. Fastball at the top of the zone. He goes down swinging for out number 3. 3rd strikeout for Pitlinski, and it ends the 3rd. Hardhats strand the bases full in the 3rd. They fail to score, but the lead 9-0. And as we end the 3rd inning, we head to the 4th here on Hardhats TV. Top of the 4th inning, Jacob Zier to lead things off. He walked and was stranded at second base. in the first. Want to know the count on Zaire. 1-0. Little blooper into right field. Harrison Good runs underneath of it and makes the grab out number 1. Now Carter Landon. Fly to center his first trip. Atkinson winds, kicks, deals, and misses outside for ball 1. The 1-0. Fly ball right side, out of play. Ball and 2 strikes that count. Or 1 ball and 1 strike, rather. The 1-1. Breaking ball misses low. 2-1. Landon, then Dembinski against Atkinson. Hardhats leading 9-0. 2-1 outside, 3 balls and a strike now. Into the wind and the 3-1. Low and away, ball 4. Back to the backstop. Landon draws a walk. Now Vance Dembinski. First pitch from Atkinson misses well outside, ball 1. Runner on first, 1 out. Dembinski flight to center his first time. That was to end the first, and Atkinson misses outside. Come on, back-to-back breaking balls that didn't break that much. Two ball becomes 3 balls and no strikes. Atkinson trying to hit that outer edge on a left-hander. .30 outside, ball 4. So back-to-back walks issued by Atkinson. And now Coach Ewing out of the dugout for the Hardhats, so bring the infield around him and Atkinson. 2 on, 1 out. Eden Montemayor will be the new batter. And Ewing talking to Dietrich and Hollick. Might see that pickoff move play to first. First baseman just kind of sneaks in behind the runner. The Hardhats have done that a couple of times this season. 2 on, 1 out. Montemayor, the new batter, he bats from the right side. First pitch from Atkinson. Low and away. Ball 1. Atkinson set, a peek at second, delivers, and it's a high pop-up behind the plate. Benz can't see it right away, and it lands off the netting. A ball and a strike on Montemayor. Struck out looking his first time against Atkinson. Just one batting glove on his lower hand and a bouncer, slow roller to short. Marsh only played to first. He fires across in time. Out number 2.
6-3. Well, Montemayor.
Just a slow roller to Marsh. No chance at the double play. And now Andrew Smart. Tap of the plate on the right side. 2 white batting gloves for Smart. First pitch, fly ball in to left field, down for a base hit. A run comes in to score. It's an RBI single for Andrew Smart. And it's 9-1. Landon scores. Dembinski to third. Runners on the corners and 2 outs. Nice little bloop single on a rope from Smart. First pitch from Atkinson to Heine. This is for ball 1. One-zero, breaking ball, misses a touch high. 2 balls and no strikes. Heine struck out swinging and was thrown out on a 2-3 putout to end the second inning. 9-1 in favor of Rapid City. 2-0, swung on and missed. 2 balls and a strike. That was the first hit of the ball game for the Warriors. That RBI base knock. 2-1, swing and a miss. Even count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Atkinson ready, and the 2-2 breaking ball swung on and missed. And strike number 3. Heine strikes out for out number 3. 5th strikeout overall for Brian Atkinson. It ends the 4th inning. And we'll head to the bottom of the 4th. Back in a moment on Hardhats TV. Kai Jackson to lead things off for the Hardhats in the bottom of the fourth. He looks at a called strike one. Lefty-lefty matchup for the first time. Jackson was the last batter to face Kakowski. And Jackson looks at a called strike two. Hooked a 3-run home run down the right field line. In his first at-bat, the 0-2 misses high. A ball and 2 strikes. One, two, outside, even count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Jackson, Dietrich, and Benz, the 3 scheduled, the 2-2. High pop-up, shallow left field on the infield. Actually, Carter Landon, the shortstop, makes a grab out number 1. Now Alex Dietrich. 0 for 2 is Dietrich, reached on a fielder's choice and an error. Looks at ball 1 upstairs. 9-1 our score in favor of Rapid City. Bottom of inning number 4. 1-0, fastball at the top of the zone, swung on and missed. Even count 1-1. 1-1. Line drive, base hit in the left center field gap. That'll roll. And Dietrich rounds first. He heads for second. He'll jog in there for a double. Now Philip Bentz. 0 for 2 day for the Hardhats catcher. Popped out to the shortstop and struck out. First pitch to Bentz misses down and in, ball 1. The 1-0. Bouncer to short. Carter Landon up with it, fires across in time, out number 2. Top of the order now for the Hardhats, Jed Jensen. Runner on third, 2 outs, 9-1 the score. And first pitch to Jensen misses outside, ball 1. Trying to backdoor breaking ball from Petlinski and missed. Now the 1-0. It's that lower outside corner. Throw down to third, not in time. Dietrich just about picked off. Nice snap throw down to third by the catcher, Smart. 1-1. Bouncer on the right side to Gostanek. And in time, out number 3. Hardhats strand a man at third base. They lead 9-1. We head to the 5th after this on Hardhats TV. Top of the fifth, Elliott Lloyd to lead things off. He'll face a southpaw Lee Negebauer to start the fifth. And Lloyd swings through the first pitch down in the count of 1. Negebauer winds, kicks, deals, and Lloyd swings through. 0-2. No batting gloves on the right side for Lloyd. 0-2, swing and a miss, a high fastball. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. And Lloyd down on 3 pitches. Now Ryan Chain to pitch in. First strikeout for Lee Negebauer. And Chain, a little bloop shot into center field, down for a base hit. Top of the order now. And we'll see who grabs the bat. Looks like it'll be Cade Huggins. So Cade Huggins in place of Gostanek. One on, one out, 9-1 the score. Negebauer ready to pitch from the stretch now. On the far third base side of the rubber. First pitch, a called strike 1 on Higgins. Oh, 1. Swing and a miss. 0-2. The 0-2, down and in, scooped by Benz. A ball and 2 strikes. Ben sets up down and away. The 1-2, swing and a miss, drop third strike, but the batter's out with first base occupied. So Huggins goes down swinging for out number 2. Now Jacob Zier. A walk and a fly to right. Just 0 for 1. Hardhats put a pseudo shift on for Zier. Marsh playing just about up the middle at his shortstop position. Hollick playing deep into the 4-3 gap. Zier swings and fouls away. The first pitch, 0-1. And aboard first, that's Chain. Stays put there. The 0-1 breaking ball stays high. 1 ball and 1 strike. Left-handed bat. Breaking ball, that one drops into the zone, 1 and 2. Potentially down to their final strike, the Arapahoe Warriors. And the 1-2, fouled away, left side, out of play. We'll see another 1-2 to Zier. The 1-2 from Negebauer. Breaking ball, popped up, foul, and out of play. Set and the 1-2. Fastball just missed the outer edge, bottom of the zone. Two and two. And low blooper, shallow right field. Hayden Hollick underneath of it, and the second baseman makes the grab, out number 3. That'll be the ball game. The Hardhats finish their tournament in Omaha with a victory over the Arapahoe Warriors. Final score 9-1, and the Hardhats improved to 27-16 on the season, and set to travel back to Rapid City now before hosting Yankton for a 2-game set on Tuesday. I believe that's a morning-afternoon doubleheader, so keep that in mind as you tune in to watch that game. And then the Firecracker tournament to follow that towards the end of the week, starting Thursday, I believe, next week. So until then, my name is Adam Birch. Thank you so much for tuning in and sticking with us throughout this tournament down here in Omaha, Nebraska. And the Hardhats finish with a win, 9-1 over Arapahoe Warriors. Until Tuesday, my name is Adam Birch. Have a wonderful Sunday.